Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to talk about the AC mechanical fuel pump. And first basic question that arises: what is a basic mechanical AC mechanical fuel pump? The question is, the answer is that the mechanical AC mechanical fuel pump actually it takes up the it is a device which takes up the petrol or the gasoline fuel from the fuel tank and give it to the carburetor at an increased pressure. Because we can see it is a pump. What is the function of the pump? The essential function of the pump is to increase the pressure of the intake fluid, intake liquid, which it is intaking from the inlet, from the intake section. This is the intake portion, and this is the exhaust portion, outlet portion, we can say. So it takes in the petrol from the fuel tank and gives it to the carburetor at a higher pressure. Now, what is the reason for that it gives? What is the reason for increasing the pressure? The reason is that sometimes due to the design of the vehicle, what happens? The this is the suppose is the vehicle, and we see that in a vehicle, in a car or in some vehicle, in a car, supposedly. So we have got the fuel tank at the back side of the car or the back side of the vehicle, while the carburetor or the engine assembly is and located at the front portion of the car or the vehicle. So from the rear to the front, so there is a huge distance. So by gravity we cannot be assured without any proper means that the fuel from the fuel tank will essentially reach the carburetor. So in order to facilitate the proper supply of the fuel from the fuel tank to the carburetor, it is essential to have a device, and that particular device is the mechanical fuel pump. However, it is a mechanical fuel pump means it operates mechanically. There are no essential electronic parts in it. However, we may it in the vehicles, in the today's vehicles, they are associated with the electronic components instead of the mechanical components. So in order to study it, we have to first know its basic parts. Now, so far it is we have discussed what are the why this is used, why the mechanical fuel pump is used, what are its essential, what are the reasons for using it. Now we have to know its essential parts. This is the eccentric or the cam. This is the cam or this is the eccentric, and this is the diaphragm. This portion is the diaphragm, and it is the most important part of this instrument, diaphragm. This is the diaphragm, and this is the pull rod, and this is a spring. These are the spring. These are also called as the diaphragm retainer springs, and this is the rocker arm, and this is a pivot. This rocker arm has been pivoted against this pivot, and it moves like this about this pivot. This rocker arm moves either in the clockwise or in the anti-clockwise direction about this pivot, and this pivot is operated by means of an eccentric cam. This is the inlet valve, this is the pressure valve or the exhaust valve. This is the exhaust valve actually. These are pressure valves. This is the pressure valve, this is the suction valve. So this is the pressure valve, suction valve, and this is the outlet valve, and outlet of this goes to the carburetor. Now we discuss its working. So for discussing its working, we first move to the next slide. Now first of all, from where it is operated. So the drive of the pump is taken from the camshaft, which is essentially an eccentric or a cam. As already discussed, we also know that this is a cam, and it essentially operates this valve, this pump actually. So this is the eccentric of the. We can see this cam is actually like this. It is a full-fledged cam profile, but for the purpose of simplicity, we can say this is the protruding portion of the cam, and this is portion of the cam has got a minimal radius while this portion is protruding in nature. When the protruding portion, protruding means coming out, when this portion which is slightly larger, it comes in contact with this rocker arm, and supposing our cam is rotating like this in anti-clockwise direction, so when it is rotating and this protruding portion, this larger part of the cam, we can also say that it is a larger part of the cam, larger part, when it comes in contact with this rocker arm, it tends to push it in this direction, and consequently, since it has been pivoted here, so what will be the reaction at the other end, where it is connected, where this rocker arm is connected to the pull rod, the other end of this rocker arm is going to be deflected in this direction, means this entire rocker arm is going to be deflected in the anti-clockwise direction, because it has come in the contact of the larger portion of the camshaft, which is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. So since the pull rod is also attached to it, the pull rod, it has been attached to the this end, the other end of the camshaft, this rocker arm, the other end of the rocker arm. Due to this kind of movement, due to this anti-clockwise movement of this end, this pull rod will come downwards. When this will come downwards, the diaphragm is also attached to it. The diaphragm will also come downwards. So since diaphragm will also come downwards, what will happen? The volume of this cavity, this chamber will increase, and this will lead to a reduction in the pressure, and the pressure will fall, and consequently what happens? The pressure will fall. Now this is just first, this is one thing that we have been talking about. The diaphragm comes down, and the pressure in this chamber or in this cavity, it has come down. Now fuel, it is one thing, and we have marked it as equation 1, or the first point. Now the inlet valve, from the inlet valve, the fuel from the fuel tank has entered into it, and this is the strainer, and it is like a filter only, and it has got filtered also, and it has been collected in this area. Now as soon as the pressure falls, the inlet valve opens. Why it opens? The reason is that I am drawing it here, I am explaining it here, because the pressure at the top of this valve, the pressure here is higher, because the pressure at this point is nothing but the pressure of the fuel line, the pressure of the fuel tank, which is the atmospheric pressure, while the pressure at the below of this, while the pressure below, I am showing it by different color, while the pressure below has fallen down because of the downward movement of the diaphragm, and due to this the pressure here is more and the pressure here is less, lesser pressure, higher pressure, and we know that the things move from the higher pressure towards the lower pressure, so there is a movement of the valve, the inlet valve has opened up, and the movement of the fluid, that is the petrol or the fuel has come up from this point to this point, or there is a downward movement of the fuel, and the fuel enters inside, and I shall erase it up, and we will be explaining it in further detail. Now what is happening? There is a movement of the fuel, and the fuel has entered into this chamber, and now it is filled up. Now it is filling up this chamber. Now this is one part of the situation, but the cam is in continuous rotation. We have to know the cam is in continuous rotation. Now we assumed that the larger part of the cam, the protruding part of the cam profile, it came into the contact with the rocker arm. Now since it is in continuous rotation, and now there will be times that this smaller portion or smaller part, which is at a minimal radius, this portion of the cam will come in contact with the rocker arm. Now when this portion of the cam has come in contact with the rocker arm, what will happen? Exactly the reverse will happen. This is the pivot, and this is there. Now there will be a force in this direction. Why? Because this spring will the purpose of this spring is to maintain a direct contact between the